Welcome to Zoke Universe, my friend, where the past comes alive and every moment tells a story. From the rise of ancient civilizations to the innovations shaping our modern world and the mysteries of the future yet to unfold, here you will learn the history of everything. So sit back, relax, and journey through time with us. Before he became one of the greatest presidents in history, he was just a poor boy born in a log cabin. Before he saved a nation, he lost almost everything. And just days after winning the Civil War, he was assassinated. This is the incredible true story of Abraham Lincoln, the man who changed America forever. And if you enjoy inspiring, life-changing stories and stories about real heroes, then take a moment to subscribe to this channel, because here, every story has a purpose. Let me take you back to the beginning. While Abraham Lincoln is perhaps the most iconic figure in American history, there is a small but vital historical correction to start with. He was the 16th President of the United States, not the first. That title belongs to George Washington. However, Lincoln was indeed the first president to be assassinated, and his life remains a cinematic epic of struggle, sorrow, and ultimate triumph. Here is the chronicle of the great emancipator. The story begins in a crude log cabin in Hodgenville, Kentucky, in the year 1809. Born to Nancy and Thomas Lincoln, Abraham's world was shaped by the scent of damp earth and the rhythmic swing of an axe. His childhood was a masterclass in survival against the unforgiving American frontier. In 1816, the family moved to Indiana. This period was marked by the milk sickness, a mysterious illness that claimed his mother when he was only 9 years old. This early brush with death instilled in Lincoln a lifelong melancholy, but also a fierce resilience. Lincoln had less than a year of formal schooling. By the light of a dying fire, he devoured the few books he could find: the Bible, Aesop's Fables, and Pilgrim's Progress. He famously said, "My best friend is a man who can give me a book I haven't read." At the age of 19, Lincoln traveled down the Mississippi River on a flatboat. In the bustling markets of New Orleans, he witnessed the horrors of the slave trade. The sight of humans in chains stayed with him forever, a seed of conviction planted deep within his heart. Settling in Illinois, Lincoln tried many occupations: storekeeper, surveyor, and postmaster. It was here his reputation for integrity grew. When his business failed, he spent years repaying the debt, earning the enduring nickname, Honest Abe. Lincoln served briefly as a captain in the Illinois militia. He saw no combat, later joking that he fought bloody struggles with mosquitoes. Yet the experience gave him his first taste of leadership and public service. Without a formal law degree, Lincoln taught himself the legal profession. Riding on horseback from town to town, he became a master of the legal circuit, winning cases with wit, logic, and storytelling. Lincoln married the intelligent and ambitious Mary Todd. Their union was marked by love, complexity, and profound tragedy. The loss of 3 of their 4 sons cast a shadow of grief that followed him into the presidency. In 1846, Lincoln was elected to the United States House of Representatives. He opposed the Mexican-American War, a decision that proved politically unpopular. Disheartened, he returned to his law practice. In 1854, the Kansas-Nebraska Act reignited the national debate over slavery. It aroused him as he had never been before. Lincoln returned to politics, driven by a renewed moral purpose. In 1858, Lincoln challenged Stephen A. Douglas for the Senate. Their 7 debates became legendary, focusing on the morality of slavery. Though he lost the election, he gained national recognition. In 1860, the Republican Party gathered in Chicago. Against all odds, the humble rail splitter from the West secured the nomination for president. Lincoln won the presidency without carrying a single Southern state. His victory ignited a national crisis. Even before he took office, South Carolina seceded from the Union. Lincoln traveled to his inauguration amid assassination threats. Disguised and under heavy guard, he arrived in Washington, D.C., prepared to lead a nation on the brink of collapse. April 12, 1861. Confederate forces opened fire on Fort Sumter. The Civil War had begun. Lincoln, a man of peace, now bore the burden of command. Lincoln spent sleepless nights reading war telegrams. He searched tirelessly for capable generals, eventually placing his trust in Ulysses S. Grant. On January 1, 1863, Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation, declaring enslaved people in Confederate states forever free. The war was transformed into a crusade for human liberty. In just 272 words, Lincoln redefined democracy. He reminded the world that the nation was conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal, calling for a new birth of freedom. As the war drew to a close, Lincoln spoke not of revenge, but of reconciliation. With malice toward none, with charity for all, he sought to heal a broken nation. On April 14, 1865, days after the Confederate surrender at Appomattox, Lincoln attended a play at Ford's Theater. There, he was shot by John Wilkes Booth. He died the following morning, becoming the first American president to be assassinated. A solemn funeral train carried Lincoln's body back to Illinois. It passed through hundreds of towns, where millions stood in silence. The man was gone, but the Union was preserved. The great emancipator had entered the realm of legend and immortality. Thus ends the epic of Abraham Lincoln, a story of perseverance, sacrifice, and the enduring power of freedom. Lincoln preserved the Union and gave freedom to millions. His life teaches us perseverance, courage, compassion, and unity. He rose from poverty, led a divided nation, and gave his life for freedom. Though he fell to an assassin's bullet, his legacy lives on forever.